Good afternoon, everyone. We are here today at the beautiful Kalahari Resort with Karen Cerezo. She is with Midlife Health Coaching. I want to make sure I got that right.
Yes.
And she's going to tell us about her business, the community she serves, and the services that she offers.
Yes. So I initially started out as a personal trainer, which I still do personal training. And I realized that a lot of my clients really were in need of nutrition as well as the fitness element. So I got certified as a nutritionist. And as I started getting older, the things that I noticed worked before with nutrition were no longer working.
Oh.
And I started to do a lot of research as to what was going on. And after about 18 months of a lot of uncomfortable situations, a lot of webinars and workshops and reading of books, and finally talking to my doctor, I realized that I was at the beginning stages of menopause. And I was like, what, me? I'm way too young for that, are you
That's
kidding?
my mother.
I'm only midlife, I'm only 45 at this point. And so the more research I did, the more conversations I opened up with my girlfriends, I realized we did not know what it is that we are getting ready to go into. And so I got certified as a health coach, and I really focus on midlife women and helping them navigate this new season, because we prepare our daughters for puberty, for fertility, for pregnancy, for post, but no one talks about the last chapter. And so that's why I got into this specific area.
It's kind of something we try to avoid, but
It is. Unfortunately, with everything I've learned, you can avoid it, but you can make it easier. So that's my goal, is to just help people realize that you can get through it, and there's going to be some bumps, but we can definitely make them speed bumps as opposed to big mountains.
Wonderful. So how did you actually get started? I know you took courses, but did you have to get another business license? Did you just expand your business? How did you market yourself?
I did get certified with another certification. A lot of my clientele goes back to when I was doing personal training, so I kind of just started to roll into that. The more we started to have conversations, the more they realized that they needed that third element besides fitness, besides nutrition. They kind of needed somebody in their corner leading them in the right direction. I did get myself an LLC so that I can be, a named business, and just have kind of grown from there.
Okay. And do you practice out of a certain area, or you just meet clients where they are?
The really nice thing is, especially now, unfortunately with COVID, the positive is that so many people are online now. So I have a larger following on Instagram versus Facebook. And so I'm able to expand that way. If a client is local, I'll meet them. Like I said, I love meeting at Kalahari because it's beautiful. The landscape is beautiful. It's nice and convenient for a lot of people. So I'll meet with my clients that are local. If they're out of state or out of the area, then we'll do a Zoom meeting.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
So you really probably could service the whole country,
Oh
or
yeah, completely.
even the whole world.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. Was there anything that was surprising to you in starting this aspect of your business?
I think yes. When it comes to fitness and nutrition, most people understand the value of it, and they see the results. If they're putting in the work, they see the results. And so for most people, they don't feel guilty about spending money on a gym membership or a personal trainer, or maybe eating a little bit healthier. But when it comes to specifically women's health, what I notice is women are willing to suck it up and say, you know what, it's normal, it's okay, I've had these issues for years, I'm fine, I don't want to pour into me. And so that part is really hard, getting women to understand, one, it's okay to ask for help, and two, it's okay to pour back into yourself. And what I try to get people to understand, or my female clients to understand, is that when you feel good, everybody else pays the benefit, down to the barista at the place where you get your coffee, because you're in a better mood, you're happy, you feel good about yourself. When you feel good, you feel confident, you want to put that out to other people as well. And so it does make a huge difference. Your kids feel it, your husband, your partner feels it, your coworkers feel it. So
Yeah, if you don't take care of yourself, you're not good to
No.
anybody else.
And I think we forget that, and I think we play the martyr role a lot, not on purpose. It's just what we do. And
care for others.
We do care for others, and so I think that's the hardest part, is getting women to say, you know what, I need this for me. So.
Very good. What's something that most people don't know about your business?
I think a lot of people don't understand what a health coach is. And really, it's basically having somebody in your corner, somebody that's going to hold you accountable. I am not going to create a plan based on what my goals are for you. I'm going to help you create a plan based on what your goals are for you. And I think a lot of people get really nervous when they think of a coach. They're just going to have to follow, kind of like when you were in sports. My coach told me I had to run laps. My coach told me I needed to do X, Y, and Z. And that's not the way it works. Really, I'm just on the bus with you. You're driving the bus. I'm just giving you the directions. And so
it's not one size fits all.
It is
it's
not
totally
one size fits
personalized.
all. It is 100% personalized, and I think that's super important, because everybody is at a different spot and everybody's goals are different. We talk a lot about, you want to thrive in midlife. But first, I need you to define what thriving means. Thriving for some people might just be getting 8 hours of sleep. So it really depends on what your definition of thriving is, what your definition of what your goals are, and so yeah.
So that kind of leads into the next question: is what is something that you find that your customers really like and appreciate about you?
I think what they like and what they appreciate and what they are more surprised about is just the amount that goes into it. So a lot of times they figure, very similar to a personal trainer, I'm going to work out with you for an hour and then I'll see you at our next session. And that's basically it, right? There's so much more that goes into it. I'm checking in with them constantly. I'm sending them emails. Hey, I saw this resource that I think would be perfect for, what you're working toward. And so for me, I just try to deliver more. And I used to be a middle school teacher before I transitioned. This was my whole life. I always joke, this is my midlife crisis, as I've totally reinvented who I am. But I think as a teacher, just at heart, I just want people to learn, and I want to provide more. And so I think that's the one thing that they're surprised about.
Okay, that's great. So what did you do when you were teaching? Was it like classroom? PE?
I was. I taught 17 years of
Wow.
7th grade language arts.
Wow, you must have had some patience.
I would say yes, I had patience.
You learned patience?
But I have humor, and I think that made a huge difference. And middle school is actually really enjoyable because they're not little babies anymore like elementary, and they're not that high school, I'm too cool.
They haven't gotten there yet.
So
Okay.
middle school is pretty cool, and if you talk to any teachers, they'll tell you that everybody has their niche. Like, I could never be a kindergarten teacher. Thank God for them. And those ones that are, they're a blessing, and so everybody has their niche where they're like, that's my comfort zone.
Yeah.
So
Very nice. What is a memorable experience that you've had with this business?
I think just seeing women transition. As a personal trainer, it's always cool to see people lose weight. That's always fun. And with health coaching, it's so different because there's a whole change in mindset. And I think there's a sense of empowerment that I really like. And so just getting women to come back to me and say, that small trick, not only did it help the one thing that we were focusing on, but it also spiraled into other areas of my life. And I think just seeing them flourish in so much more than one thing. And I hate people, I don't want you to have to focus on the scale. I want you to focus on so much more, because there's so much more out there when it comes to feeling good and being healthy and living your best life. And so with health coaching, I feel like I get to focus more on that than just the scale. So that's always been really nice.
Very good. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
You're doing a great job. I appreciate it. Tell us a little bit about you personally. What's something that we might not know about you personally, or maybe your family?
Wow, something about me personally. I have 3 kids. My oldest is a semi-famous Instagram star, Instagram influencer. It's the coolest, weirdest job in the world that she has. And that's basically all she does, is post on Instagram and makes a killing at it.
Does she sell like a product, or she just promotes different
She
products?
just basically promotes different products. So it started out as a makeup tutorial and then just kind of spiraled into just kind of lifestyle. And so it's really cool to see her become this amazing entrepreneur. Like, she is a boss babe. My son's getting ready to graduate high school and go into the Marines, which
brave.
Yes, it makes my heart sad and it makes me proud at the same time. So,
Yes.
and then I have my younger daughter who is in middle school. She's actually in 7th grade, and now I'm like, really? I spent 8 hours with you guys for that long? But she is my sass. Like, she fires up my day. I love it. And I'm a fur mom to 3 dogs that literally lead my life. Like, they're my best buds. So.
Well, a little bit what you were talking about before with your kids, and especially your daughter, one of the questions is, what would you recommend to somebody growing up, maybe starting their own business, or just trying to decide what they want to do with their life?
I would say figure out what fires you up. So when my daughter first came to us, it was right at the end of high school, and she said, I don't think I want to go to college. And we said, that's fine. We don't want to pay for college if you're not going to be in it. But in the meantime, when you're figuring out what you want to do, you gotta have some way of getting some income. And she goes, yeah, I think for right now I'm just going to make some YouTube videos. And we laughed at her and we're like, okay, but you still got to like wait tables or something. And she followed her passion and she went for it. And I think the big thing is, one, being true to who you are. She's very authentic. She never folded, or she doesn't sponsor brands that she doesn't agree with. And so she's very true to herself. She's very authentic on camera. What you see is what you get. That's who she is. I think just being real, being honest, being open.
Which that's impressive in itself.
Yeah.
It's really hard to
It
do
is very
something
hard.
like that on camera and video.
There's a lot of hate out there, and so she really puts herself out there. And I just think being honest with yourself and feeling confident chasing your dream. I mean, I feel like I'm constantly reinventing myself. I have a supportive spouse, so that makes a huge difference. And I think the other thing is talk to people. Talk to people, learn from people, collaborate with people, just absorb everything you can, because there's so much out there.
What are your goals over the next year, maybe either expanding your business or what the future holds for you?
So I would love to definitely expand my business. My goal is to keep my personal training clients very minimum, just so I can have the energy to pour into them. Right now I have 13 women that I work with, and our goal is to really focus on functional fitness. So we want to make sure that as we're getting older, we can get off the couch easily.
Right.
So it's not all about going hardcore.
Get up from the ground.
Right, get up from the ground. Being able to, sit down with your grandchildren and not have to have, them pull you up or whatever. So we really focus on that. I would like to expand my community of those women to about 20. I think 20 is kind of my cutoff. As far as my coaching, I've just launched a signature program, which is a 7-week coaching course. It basically takes you from A to Z of everything to expect with perimenopause and beyond.
Okay.
So that is something I would like to see get into the hands of more women.
And you have a website that we can
I do have a
find you
website.
on, or?
It's midlifecoach.com.
Okay, and that has like all your services?
It's got all my services.
Great.
I do a blog once a week. I do a weekly email. So I try to send out a lot of information that is going to be helpful. Just to get women to understand that there's these small tweaks that you can make that can make a world of difference.
Yeah, that's so necessary for myself and everyone involved, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So that I really appreciate you taking the time to tell us about your business. I'm going to make sure that we share a little slide at the end of this so it tells everybody how they can get a hold of you.
Perfect. Okay, thank you.
And you're welcome. Again, thank you so much.
Yes, definitely. That was awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.